Thank you, Honorable Madam Deputy Speaker. Honorable Madam Deputy Speaker, my second ministerial statement today will just be a brief statement on the fuel security engagements that the Prime Minister sent me on to Singapore and Australia. Honorable Madam Deputy Speaker, the world is entering an increasingly challenging period in which multilateralism and the international order are under strain from intensifying geopolitical competition. The prolonged crisis in Europe and more recently in the Middle East is having significant global economic consequences. Global supply chains for key commodities such as fuel, food, and critical minerals have been disrupted, contributing to shortages and rising inflation worldwide. Honorable Madam Deputy Speaker, despite Fiji's geographic distance from major global markets, we are not insulated from these disruptions. We are beginning to feel the economic ripple effects, and we must be prepared for the possibility that the situation may worsen. Restriction affecting passage through the Strait of Hormuz have raised serious concerns, given that approximately 20 to 25% of global oil supply passes through this route, with direct implications for fuel supply chains reaching our region. In anticipation of increased volatility in global fuel markets arising from the prolonged Middle East crisis, the Honorable Prime Minister directed that I undertake an official mission to Singapore and Australia to secure Fiji's immediate fuel supply and strengthen our long-term energy security. This forms part of the government's strategic response to ensure continuity of supply alongside domestic economic measures aimed at mitigating the effects of any prolonged strain on global supply chains. I am pleased to inform this August House, Honorable Madam Deputy Speaker, that Fiji has received strong assurances from the Government of Singapore and from our fuel suppliers that continuity of fuel supply to Fiji will be maintained with no indication of export restrictions. This provides an important level of confidence and stability for our economy and for the wider Pacific region, which relies on Fiji as a key distribution hub. Honorable Madam Deputy Speaker, a key area of focus during my recent engagement in Singapore and Australia was a question of strategic fuel reserves. It is central to strengthening Fiji's energy security in an increasingly uncertain global environment. Discussions highlighted that while Fiji's current fuel supply remains stable, our existing system is largely dependent on just-in-time supply chains with approximately 30 days of storage capacity. This leaves us with limited buffer in the event of external disruptions. In this regard, our discussions underscore the importance of transitioning toward a more structured reserve framework, combining both onshore and offshore solutions. In terms of onshore reserves, this would involve the gradual development and expansion of domestic storage capacity within Fiji, and such an approach would allow government to maintain a minimum strategic stock holding, providing an immediate buffer during supply disruptions, shipping delays, or sudden price volatility. At the same time, discussions also explored the potential for offshore reserve arrangements, drawing on Australia's experience. These arrangements could include commercial storage agreements or strategic stockholding partnerships, allowing Fiji to access reserved fuel supplies held in major refining and storage centers. This model offers flexibility, reduces the need for large upfront infrastructure investment, and leverages existing global logistics systems. Both approaches are not mutually exclusive, rather they form part of a complementary strategy where onshore reserves provide immediate national resilience, while offshore arrangements enhance supply assurance and diversification. Honorable Madam Deputy Speaker, our engagements also went beyond fuel supply alone. We discussed the broader mix of Fiji's energy supply and how technical assistance, particularly in the planning function, could help Fiji continue to grow its renewable energy footprint. In Singapore, this was discussed at length and in depth with the Minister for Transport and Minister for Finance, Honorable Jeffrey Sau, as well as with the Minister for Foreign Affairs, Honorable Vivian Balakrishnan. The same discussions were also held in Canberra with our Australian counterparts, including Honorable Pat Conroy, Minister for Defence Industry and Minister for Pacific Island Affairs, the Honorable Penny Wong, the Minister for Foreign Affairs, and Honorable Don Farrell, Minister for Trade and Tourism. A key point of agreement was that biofuel will continue to have a central role in energy production across our economies, that this will remain so for a long time into the future. And for Fiji, this is important because energy security is not only about securing fuel supply today, but also about building a more diverse, resilient, and sustainable energy mix for tomorrow. Honorable Madam Deputy Speaker, discussions in Singapore and Australia also highlighted the structural vulnerabilities faced by small island developing states during periods of global disruption. In this regard, both partners have committed to supporting Fiji's transition from short-term crisis management to a more strategic and resilient approach to fuel security. This support includes technical assistance for the development of a national fuel security strategy with emphasis on strengthening supply chain resilience, examining strategic fuel reserves, and diversifying sources of supply. Australia has also committed to enhance cooperation through the sharing of market intelligence and collaboration with Fiji on a coordinated regional approach to fuel security. Honorable Madam Deputy Speaker, these engagements reaffirm Fiji's proactive diplomacy in safeguarding national interests during a period of global uncertainty. While immediate supply has been secured, our focus remains on building long-term resilience through expanded cooperation with key partners and diversification of supply sources. This remains especially important given continuing instability around the Strait of Hormuz and the need for sustained vigilance in protecting Fiji's energy security. I thank you, Madam.
Thank you very much, Honorable Ditoka, for your ministerial.